WeatherScope is sponsored by Iams Dog and Cat Foods, good for life.
This is WeatherScope.
You're looking live at Montauk Point, New York, where it is windy. And as you can see, that surf is churning up this morning. You're feeling some of the effects there of the winter storm that has wreaked havoc in parts of the Carolinas, producing high winds, heavy rain, and heavy snow. Good morning, I'm Kristen Dodd, and welcome to WeatherScope. Today, the focus of the storm will be on the Mid-Atlantic region and portions of the Northeast. We have special coverage, including a crew on location in North Carolina. And here with the details is Marshall Cease from the Forecast Center.
Thanks, Kristen. Good morning, everyone. We've got a mess in the Mid-Atlantic states, especially around Tennessee and North Carolina, northward along the spine of the Appalachians as you head north. Snow levels get lower. Asheville, North Carolina is about 2,200 feet, I believe, above sea level, and we've had heavy snow, 11.9 inches officially, but we've been talking to some of the law enforcement officials in the Asheville area, and they say in some cases there's 16 to 18 inches of snow. Let's take a look at where that storm system is right now. It's over northeastern North Carolina. It is just pumping in tons of moisture out of the Atlantic into Maryland and New Jersey. When it gets into the colder air, it's mixing, have a variety of conditions from freezing rain to sleet to snow, and then heavy rain down in Maryland and Virginia, where Wallop Island, Chincoteague, Virginia, indicating almost 3 inches of rain, we figure, in just the last 12 hours. Now, here's what it looked like yesterday in North Carolina. This was a scene in Buncombe County, which is in the west central part of the state. Heavy wet snow fell much of the day. It slowed traffic, reduced visibility. We had reports of hundreds of accidents, definitely more than 6 inches of snow, and in the higher elevations, even more. Because of its nature, the heavy wet snow brought down trees, which brought down power lines, and we have reports of still 45,000 people without power around the Asheville area and around Buncombe County itself. Could be even more than that. Now, an interesting situation has occurred. We were going to go to Mike Seidel at this time, but instead we're going to talk with someone, Emerson Lawson, who is a satellite truck operator who was driving from Chattanooga, Tennessee, on his way to Winston-Salem on Interstate 40. Now, as you look at this, just north of Asheville on this map, or just to the east, that's Interstate 40. He is about 26 miles eastbound out of the Tennessee border, which is just in the kind of the northwestern part of your screen there. He's stuck in traffic on Interstate 40. There's a 40-mile backup due to the heavy snow. And I'm going to turn it over to him and let him tell you what he encountered and how long he's been there. Emerson, good morning. Can you tell us about conditions?
Good morning, Marshall. As you said, we were coming from Chattanooga headed to Winston-Salem, and we ran into this stopped here about 10 o'clock yesterday morning. So we've been here about 20 and a half hours. I understand there was 4 or 5 18-wheelers that jackknifed up around the 31-mile marker, and we've just been stopped and sitting here.
Emerson, we have reports that Interstate 40 is closed from Asheville to the Tennessee border, and that's where you are. You're right near Canton, North Carolina. So the road has been closed, and are all 4 lanes closed?
The 2 eastbound lanes are closed. They've scraped the westbound lanes, and there have been some westbound traffic during the night, but I don't see any right at the moment.
Have you seen any local officials or emergency vehicles?
Very few. The Highway Patrol National Guard came by a couple of times in a Humvee last night, but that's been about it.
Emerson, thank you very much for that report.
Thank you.
That's very rare that we get a report like that. Someone stuck right in the middle of all the problem areas. Let's take a look at the Northeast once again. I want to point out that we do have marine warnings. There are gale warnings from Eastport, Maine, southward to Edisto Beach, South Carolina. Already in New Jersey, by the way, at Wildwood, we have reports of northeasterly winds 38 miles per hour. They've had gusts to 55 miles per hour. Now, we also have coastal flood advisories from Ocracoke Inlet, North Carolina, to Sandy Hook, New Jersey, and temperatures cold enough to support the wintry precipitation. Now, the rain-snow line just kind of follows this contour through Pennsylvania. It actually goes a little further to the south here, where in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, we have reports of sleet, and we also have reports of freezing rain in Reading, freezing rain in Lancaster. Now at Newark, they're reporting rain mixed with sleet, and Teterboro is getting sleet right now. Temperatures just about 33 degrees in both Teterboro and in Newark as this moisture continues to come in out of the Atlantic. Charleston, West Virginia has been getting heavy rain. The mountain areas have been getting heavy snow. Here's a close-up once again down here around Atlantic City. They've been buffeted by winds to 40 miles per hour, heavy rain, and some sleet mixed in. This is what it looks like today. It's going to be windy and raw, and then from about Worcester westward across White Plains over into the Poconos, that's the best chance for